right, so hello everybody. This is Nora Richardson with Total Wellness Club. I am the brand manager for them, and I am on the East Coast during a wonderful downgraded hurricane. So I am currently in a tropical storm coming to you live. Amazing! It's amazing the world of technology. Anyway, so it's a little dark here and gloomy and getting light in weird places, but I am sure you're okay with all of that because today I get to help you with your wonderful websites. So I am so excited because, websites are the window to you and your business. And I think that so many business owners really don't grasp exactly the importance or what they're supposed to do on their website. Are you supposed to talk about yourself? Are you supposed to talk, to the client or the prospective? How do you do that? All that kind of stuff. How do you arrange all of that? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? When should you, do a call to action? When should you not? And there's a lot of questions about that. But the thing is that you need to really understand the user, the visitor, and really what goes on in their mind. So we're going to pretty much talk about how does the user think first. I'm going to then show you a wonderful wireframe of an effective website, things that I do. And then we're going to look at 3 wonderful, brave people who have submitted their websites for me to actually critique. So I am so excited that I get to do this, and thank you so much for letting me, allowing me to do this for you. I think it's going to be about 3 people that I'll be choosing from if I have the right time, because I am on a time frame. But if not, you can always contact Neil at totalwellness.club if you would like me to actually do this for you later on. All right, so let's get to talking about how how users think, that those visitors think whenever they're coming to your site. Think about in shopping, when you're shopping in a grocery store, you kind of like, when you go down an aisle and you don't know what you want, you kind of like scan the whole aisle. Well, that's similar to what a user does here on a website. They glance, they scan, they kind of, pick up things that are interesting, or in a grocery store, they pick up things that are interesting. But the equivalent of that in a website is that they click on things. They think that, this might be what they wanted. That something catches their eye. That's the kind of stuff that they do. They kind of peruse. They don't read from top to bottom, although you'd love them to, because if you've spent some time or money on, or both, on writing all that wonderful content, and then to know that they're not really reading it, they're just kind of scanning and glancing, and that's kind of disheartening. But you need the content because of Google search, for search engines, so they can actually put you in the right search, fields and things of that nature. But, less sometimes is more. So good quality content is fabulous, but condensed stuff or things that actually have some sort of graphic or highlighted or bold or something of that nature helps that scanning process, them getting the best bits of your wonderful information. Don't overbold or overcolor or what have you, because then people will actually say, oh my gosh, I can't look at it. So it has to be pleasing and welcoming to the eye. But, you know, they scan and they really just are kind of impatient, and they just want to get what they want, right? So it's not what you want, but they want to have control. They want to click, and if it's something interests them, they want to dive deeper and be able to click to dive deeper. Does that make sense? They really want to. They want you to be their answer because they don't want to actually search any further. They really want you to be the one, and they're looking for you. They really are looking for you. But it's what, 3 to 7 seconds, they will know whether you are going to provide the answers in the simplistic way that they need to actually retain. So when you know these kinds of things about your users, then you can actually set up your website content in a better fashion so that they can quickly get the bite-sized nuggets that they need, so that if you are the one for them, they can then drill down and read that wonderful content. All right, so we're going to share my screen. I'm very excited about this. Let's see, we're going to share my screen, and I kind of made a graphic for, not necessarily for you, but I made a graphic for a client of mine, and then I just repurposed it for you guys. All right, so let me move this over here so I can see you guys too. So this is a wireframe, a website wireframe that I've created for clients, just to kind of get the information in a logical order so that they understand exactly the process of what we're trying to do to build an effective website that is client-centric, not company-centric. What I mean by that is that it's talking to the client and not talking about how great the company is. It's talking to the client about their problem and how you are the solver of that problem. But it's not telling them how great you are as a wonderful business. So first is, you know, obviously all the contact information needs to be up here. I really hope you're seeing this. And so you have your logo, your navigation. I always like to have like a get started kind of button up here. But the big thing is having some sort of graphic or illustration or, you know, solid color, something that grabs the attention, as well as these words. These are probably the most important words on your website, is right here. And so many businesses, you know, fail to actually put anything of value right here. So I always call it the holy grail of hooks, you know, so you're trying to make the reader say at this point in time, maybe this is the company I have been looking for, you know, and my search may be over, right? So that's pretty much what we want to say right here. Here's an example of what it could look like. You know, you can have a word out graphic, but a nice big sentence, and then maybe even a defining sentence. So I put, you know, this in bold, and then I did two defining sentences. Right. So that's kind of the layout as well. You can move this over to the side. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. This is just an example of what you can do. Don't feel like you have to do it exactly like this, but this has to be the holy grail of all your hooks right there to say, oh my gosh, yes, when that user comes to see you, oh my gosh, you might be the one. And they will scroll. So the next thing is a brief description of what problem you solve from their point of view or their perspective. So the perspective, right? And so what you want the reaction to be is like, holy wow, good golly, they get it. They get me. They get what problem I have. And oh my gosh, they might be able to solve it for me. Let me go peruse down a little further. So, but it's not about you. It's about what problem you solve. This is the key. It's not, hey, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm Laura Richardson, with Total Wellness Club. No, it's not that. And it's not about how great I am. It is about the problem I solve. Okay? So then we go into like your products, your services, your packages, and a brief description. Now, remember, this is brief description. We're not looking for, oh my gosh, tons of text here. We want some sort of great, bold line that says, oh, I like this. So, and then, about 3 or 4 lines of text to describe what you mean by this, right? So what problem you solve. All right, so then these are the things these are the funnels that they can actually put themselves in. So whatever products, services, packages, if you only have one product or service or package, that's fine. 3 usually is like the most amount that you want to put up here. I see that many people put more than that. If you do, you need to really make it simplistic and give them titles that people are going to understand, not fancy dancy, titles that you want to give, but something that they're going to understand, that they can actually then funnel themselves into and say, oh, that's me, right? Now, the next 2 sections are about credibility. If you have a media, credibility, you've been on, you've been interviewed or something of that nature, you've written on, something, that's where this would be. If you don't have that, no worries, but this is where you would put it if when you do get that. But then there is this wonderful results and testimonial, results-driven testimonials are fantastic if you're pulling them from yourself. But remember, you're here at Total Wellness Club, right? So you could totally put your Total Wellness Club rate and reviews right there in that section. But it's really, I don't know if you see this order, but we're like, we're saying, oh my gosh, this is a place for you. Here's a brief description. Here are our products. And now here's our credibility. And don't take our word for it. This is what other people think of us. So bam, bam, bam. You are making this a hard for them not to actually say, oh my gosh, wow, these might be the people for me. They're answering all my questions that I'm having as I'm looking at the site. Okay, so the next thing is, if you have some sort of opt-in, everybody should have some sort of way to capture other people's information so that you can get them into your funnel. And sometimes it's a white paper, an ebook, a free session with you, something of that nature. Maybe you actually have a physical book that you're selling. This is where that would be, so that you can get that information and those leads, right? Then there's a little more of the content, personal content about you, right? And why you are solving the problem. What is your purpose? This is where that should go. It doesn't have to be long, especially if you're going to have an about page. If you're not going to have an about page, then this can be a little lengthy with a nice picture of you if you want to, or a picture of you in action. I always like pictures of people in action doing what they're doing if they can. But this is like, okay, well, the next after all of this are like, well, who am I working with? That's the reason why this is here. The last thing is you need to, remember up here, we had the Holy Grail of all hooks. Well, this is also the second most, maybe, no, it's the second most important. And this is something that you can say that makes them feel like, yes, I totally need them. And it has a call to action. So there should be a button here that takes them someplace where they can actually talk to you, or they can sign up, or something of that nature, right? And then of course your footer. So this is exactly what the structure that I would like to see, you using. Now, of course, you don't have to, it doesn't have to look like this. And this is just a wireframe of, different elements that I would like you to put in. Any more on the home page is too much. This actually gets everything that they need, and you give them places to click to dig deeper. All right. So that is that. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And now it is time for us to actually unveil our first person that I'm going to be talking about their site. So, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Okay, so I got to share a different screen. Alrighty. And our first person is Sharon. Let me get this off my thing. My first person is Healing the Deep. Oh, I don't know what happened. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Is Healing the Deep with Cassandra James. And so, yay, Cassandra, you're my first. I hope you appreciate this. You did say that that this was a great offer. So I want to make sure. I hope that you think that this is a great offer. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you see this wonderful website in full before I go into it. Cassandra says her target audience are professionals and entrepreneurs looking for the calm energy and balance in their lives to live and work at their best. All right, so this is her homepage. And there. Okay, so just wanted you to see her homepage, and I'm going to scroll up really fast. So all in all, this looks like a pretty good site on the whole of it. But there are some things that we can really do to punch this website up and really kind of follow the guidelines that I've already put in place, or I've already told you. So number one, this is a wonderful photograph, and it's following almost what I've already said. It has this wonderful, I can't see it, book a session. I have, mine was start here. To me, in all honesty, this is following a lot of my rules of a really good website, an effective website. The thing is there are some tweaks. So this whole sentence paragraph here, it's way too much. So if you were to just break this into this one sentence, are you looking to transform? And then the second sentence, the second line be your health, your life, our world. I really think that that would actually be all that you would really need right here. This stuff could be reworked and put right here. And then I would say that you would need to kind of maybe rework some of this in the sense that it's talking to them and calling them out on what their wonderful problems are. So I kind of work for you. I kind of work something up. Now, this doesn't mean that this is the greatest thing since sliced bread or anything, but this is just to give you an idea. Let me stop sharing this and share this over here. I'm not doing this with everyone, but I wanted to, for everyone's benefit, I wanted to actually mock up something so that you could kind of see what I mean. Share here. So are you looking to transform your health, your life, your world? That kind of just like, it says it's not broadcasting. I don't know if it is or not. I hope it is, but I'll read it to you if it's not. Are you looking to transform your health, your life, our world? And then I take this and I say, what could you do if you had more energy? What if you were happier and healthier? What if you could fully live the life you've been dreaming of? It is possible, and it's your past that is to blame. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if you saw that because it's telling me it didn't see that, that you weren't seeing that. I hope you were. Okay, so let's go back to this. Share. So I don't know if you can see that would be a little bit more. Now on mine, I would have probably had about this much more text to go with it. But this is way too much text and it's not interesting. There's more to us than meets the eye. I don't know if that's a statement that I would be interested in even perusing what this means. You're not talking to me from my problem, so therefore I don't know if you can actually help me. You have 4. You know, I said that 3 would be great, but you know, 4, fine. You have pictures, you have, you know, qualifiers, and a call to action under each. And that's great, but it's a lot of words. I would either, if you want to have that many words, I would reduce the size of this text, or I would actually cut this text at all and just have one line and have them click if they're interested in what burnout means to you and how you can actually help with that. Lovely pictures, interesting kind of thing, but people are gonna either click on it and be interested or they're gonna blow past it. Here is her testimonials, her credibility, and now we have this. So this is like too much. We've got these 4 things, and then we've got these 6 things, and I now am confused. And if I were looking at this, I would say way too much going on, especially when you click on one of these things and it takes you to basically a longer list of each one of these things. So I would keep this page, I would remove the others and have them, since the top 4, the scriptures also take you to this page as well. Here is actually her wonderful about her, so wonderful. And then we have a bunch of other things, and I don't understand exactly, there's so much more stuff that I'm like, okay, I thought you were healing me and now you're talking about oceans. I don't know if this is the best place for this. I think that it's obviously very important, healing our oceans. but I don't know if all of this text is needed. Maybe something very small, like, where was it? Like this, just mentioning it and having a button to explore more about it. So that's pretty much what I would say about this Cassandra's wonderful website. I would just minimize a lot of the text. I would, but in all honesty, this is a good start of exactly what I've been preaching earlier. So good job, but you can totally make this amazing and better, Cassandra. I hope you enjoyed your wonderful review. Okay, so next person. Let's see. So I want to talk about Anna or Anna. I don't know if you say Anna or Anna. I wanted to talk to you about Anna and Anna because it's the same but different in the sense that Anna has almost no text, whereas Cassandra had a lot of content, a lot of text. So here is Anna or Anna's homepage. And Anna is targeting digestive issues, autoimmune conditions, and autoimmune conditions. All right, so that is hers. Lovely, beautiful photography, and you obviously get the fact that she does something with food, right? And then she goes straight into her. She does have a sign up for a newsletter, but doesn't tell us what you're gonna get or why I would want to sign up for your newsletter. Your services, having your mission in here, and these are the services. She has credibility here with her testimonials, and she is using someone else's quote as her final plea to say, oh my gosh, you need me. So the thing is that in the structure, this is great. She's using somebody else's words. I would, that's fine. You can totally do that, or you can actually put your own words. The thing is that when I look at this and I read this is company centric and not client centric. And so I don't know anything really about what you would do for me. You say that your target audience has digestive issues and autoimmune conditions, but I don't see any of that here, stating here, and I don't see that here either. The closest I get is painful symptoms. Now, you do have on services, and when you dive in deeper, you have information that goes into it, but I don't have any reason to click onto those to dive deeper into it, except if I think that you're just super cute and I want to actually just see what you do. Because you've got a nice, clean feel about your website. So that would be the only thing that would make me want to progress even further into the site. But this is not talking to me if I have digestive issues or autoimmune. This is just, you know, you're just showing me food and you're a nutritionalist. But I don't really know what you're going to do for me as that nutritionist, what your passion for is. And this doesn't tell me anything if I am not already in this world. So I just wanted to kind of show that. Now, like, Anna, she has some great things on other pages. So my services, we'll just go to that real quick. She has some great stuff. and she has a really good look, you know, and things are very organized and clean, and you want to read this. I would put some sort of more graphics though, me personally, just to kind of clue people in. And the Swedish massage, you know, that is something that most nutritionalists don't do, but it was because of improving the circulation, and it was something to do with digestive tract. Yeah, there we go. To help with digestive tract, which is so what you're doing. But you are not capitalizing that this is a differentiating feature for you outside of the normal shopping, juicing, and, you know, using aromatherapy kind of thing. All right, well, unfortunately, that is my time. I did get to 2 wonderful websites. You know, there is more of this where for you if you want it. You can actually contact Neil at totalwellness.club. And I'm sure that he would love to have you get the best, most effective website so that you can get those wonderful reviews on Total Wellness Club that you deserve. And you really do deserve to have this wonderful, I used wonderful a lot. Let me stop share. You do deserve to have an absolutely, well, I'm going to use wonderful again, wonderful website so that people really understand what you do for them and why you are doing it. And that's pretty much what that homepage should be. Don't clutter it up with too much words. Don't clutter it up with too much information. You're just going to confuse people and they're going to move on. So, you know, I gave you that wonderful sheet. I will give it to Neil so that he can post it into our wonderful resources center. For those of you who are a wonderful client of Total Wellness Club, the resource center is absolutely amazing, and it gets built every day with more content of marketing and nutritional stuff. So to help you really get clientele and get those reviews that say that you're absolutely fabulous. All right, that's all for me. I went over, I'm so sorry, but thank you for hanging with me. And I want to say that I would love to help every single one of you on your branding, on your website, on just helping you really get you seen. All right, that's all for me with totalwellness.club. Bye-bye.